All right, everybody, we're going to get started in reclining butterfly pose. So bring the soles of your feet to kiss, let your knees splay out. Melly's back. Hey, girl. And then what you do with your arms, that's up to you. So you could bring your left hand to your heart, your right hand to your low belly. You could cactus your arms out like you're making the shape of a goalpost. Or maybe the hands just rest by your sides. Let your palms face up, a sign of receiving. Take a deep inhale in through your nose and then exhale, sigh it out through your mouth without forcing anything or really changing anything. Just softening the breath. And if at any point things start to get uncomfortable or intense, we use this breath as a tool. So you can lengthen each inhale and each exhale. And we start this practice with the art of observation. Just noticing anything that you brought with you.
Saw your reflection, the embers. They drew out a map and they showed you direction. Your sender is far in the east, where your heart is at peace when you enter. My love is just a reminder, find your center. My love is just a reminder, find your center. My love is just a reminder. is just a reminder, find your center. Well, help me recall that first morning, sunlight at dawn, and cracks on the floor. Well, it
So we'll
served as
be
a
in this
warning.
reclining butterfly
Everything's
pose
changing,
just
I'll
for a little
rearrange
while
it. So
longer. We
familiar,
hold
so
these yin
amazing. Hopped
poses
in the car, drove through
quite
the
a bit
mountains, cars
longer
in the
than we
street,
would hold
clear
a
beach you
pose
were
in a
counting.
vinyasa
There was the
class, and that's
river,
just so that
turn
you
or
can really
give, flowing
feel
forever. Remember,
what's going
find
on
your
inside of your
center.
body.
My love is just a reminder,
And it gives
find your
us time, it
center.
lets things rise to the
My
surface.
love is just a reminder.
So just for the next few moments, can you notice
My love is just a
anything
reminder, find your
that's
center.
starting to bubble up
My love
here?
is just a reminder. When you've lost your way, colors start to fade. Take a look within, find your offering. Hold it to the sun, let your spirit run. Remember, find your center. My love is just a reminder, find your center. My love is just a reminder. My love is just a reminder, find your center. My love is just a reminder. My love is just a reminder, find your center. My love is just a reminder. My love is just a reminder, find your center. My love is just a reminder.
Nice work. Take 5 more breaths here. Like you're moving in slow motion, reach your hands around your knees and then bring your knees into your chest. Maybe give them a little squeeze, give yourself a hug. And then really gently let your knees pass over to the right. Bring your arms to a T, gaze over your left shoulder. Take a deep inhale in through your nose, then exhale, sigh it out through the mouth, letting gravity do a little bit of the work here. And with each exhale, bringing that shoulder a little closer to the floor. It's okay if that left shoulder isn't on the floor. If your eyes have opened, close them. Softening the muscles in the face, relaxing your jaw, unfurrowing your eyebrows. coming back to this practice of observation.
This house is holding secrets. Got my change behind the bed, in a coffee can. Throw my nickels in, just in case I have to leave. And I will go if you ask me to, and I will stay if you dare. If I go, I'm gonna chain last. Let my hunger take me there. This house is quite the talker. She creaks and moans. She keeps me up. And the photographs know I'm a liar, and they just laugh as I burn her down. And I will go if you ask me to. I will stay if you dare. And if I go, I'm going on fire. Let my anger take me there. And the shingles, man, is shaking. Back doors burning through. This old house, she's quite the keeper. quite the keeper. I will go if you ask me to. I will stay if you dare. If I go, I'm going crazy. But my darling, take me there. If I go, I'm going crazy. Let my darling take me there.
Nice job, everybody. Way to remain still. Really gently bring your knees back through to center. And then you can give them a squeeze, or you can just let them pass over to the left side. You can bring your knees all the way down to the floor, even if it means that the right shoulder comes up and off of the floor, that's okay.
Here's my head on my heart and I'm caught in the middle. My hands are tied but not
Inhale in through the nose and then exhale, push it out through the mouth.
Oh Lord, here we go. I might hate myself tomorrow, but I'm on my way tonight. At the bottom of the bottle, you're the poison in the wine, and I know I can't change you, and I won't change. I might hate myself tomorrow, but I'm on my way tonight. Let's be lonely together. Yeah, a little less lonely together. Eyes wide shut and it feels like the first time. Before the rush to my blood was too much and we flatlined. Yeah, and I know, and I know, and I know, and I know just how this ends. Now I'm all messed up and it feels like the first time. My hands are tied but not tight enough. You're the high that I can't give up. Oh Lord, here we go. I might hate myself tomorrow, but I'm on my way tonight. At the bottom of the bottle, you're the poison in the wine, and I know I can't change you, and I won't change. I might hate myself tomorrow, but I'm on my way tonight. Let's be lonely together. Yeah, a little less lonely together. Let's be lonely together. Yeah, a little less lonely together. Yeah. My hands are tied but not tight enough. You're the high that I can't give up. Oh Lord, here we go. I might hate myself tomorrow, but I'm on my way tonight. At the bottom of the bottle, you're the poison in the wine, and I know I can't change you, and I won't change. I might hate myself tomorrow, but I'm on my way tonight. Let's be lonely together. Yeah, a little less lonely together. Let's be lonely, lonely. Let's be lonely together. Yeah, a
share. Though it's more than he can handle. Life is anything but fair. Life is anything but fair. Oh, 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 oh. Woo-hoo-hoo. Oh, 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 oh. Just as soon as they turn older, come and sweep them off their feet. It's only making me feel smaller. Whoa, hidden love beneath. So won't you let me? Won't you let me down? Won't you let me? Won't you let me down? Won't you let me? So won't you let me down? Won't you let me? Won't you let me down?
Nice job, everybody. Really, really slow. Bring your knees back through to center and give yourself a little hug. You can gently bring your forehead to touch your knees, curling up into a tight ball. Then gently rock and roll front to back. You could take a happy baby pose from here if that feels right to you. But eventually you'll rock and roll all the way onto your sit bones. And we'll set up a wide-legged forward fold here. So spreading your legs as wide as you can to that point where you reach your edge, that edge of pain and discomfort. So discomfort we're okay with. Any sharp shooting pain, that's information, that's a cue to back out of the pose a little bit. So once you spread your legs wide, make sure that you're all the way onto your sit bones. Reach your hands up and over your head. Take an inhale and gaze up. Find some length in your spine, and then exhale, fold forward. And we'll make this a passive pose. So let your spine round, let your head hang heavy. If you have any props at home, like maybe a block, even a blanket, a pillow, something that you can put underneath your forehead so there's not any strain on your neck. And there's a soft bend in the knees, maybe a big bend in the knees, that's okay. You could experiment with putting a pillow or a block underneath your pillow. Take the next few breaths to just settle in here. This pose can be really intense, especially for people that are on their feet all the time, maybe runners, or if you take a lot of long walks. So if the hamstrings are starting to scream, see if you can breathe a little bit deeper. And instead of reacting and exiting the pose, can you start to find softness? Start with the muscles in your face. Close your eyes if they've opened. Relax your tongue away from the roof of your mouth. Maybe you even bring a soft smile to your face, a sign of gratitude that you're able to be here, that you're breathing. You're doing a great job, just a little bit more time here.
I'm not the first of your kind.
You're doing great. You've just got 10 more breaths here. Amazing work. Keep your chin tucked to your chest and just walk your hands back toward your torso. Lift your heart and then your head. And super slowly, like you're moving at a glacial pace, just bring your legs together. Your legs extend out in front of you, and then bend your knees and place your hands maybe 6 inches behind your hips, and you'll just windshield wiper your knees side to side. Nice. Cross your ankles and plant your hands out in front of you. We'll come into a tabletop pose. Shoulders stack over the wrist, hips over the knees. Inhale, arch your spine, gaze up, and then exhale, round the spine, gaze at the belly button. Inhale to arch up and gaze up. Close your eyes, exhale, round the spine, gaze at your navel. Take 3 to 5 more of these cat-cow transitions at the measure of your own breath. And if you want to find a variation here, you can turn your fingers to face your knees and give yourself a little wrist stretch. And feel free to be creative here. Sway the hips from side to side. Maybe shift forward and then back. Whatever feels good to you. And then moving really slow, we'll just come into a downward facing dog just for a few breaths so that we can set up our pigeon pose on the right side. So just spend a couple breaths in this downward facing dog, pedal your feet, walk your dog, turn your chin from side to side, shoulder to shoulder. Nice. And then inhale, send your right leg high. Exhale, right knee toward your right wrist. Right ankle will inch toward the left wrist. It's okay if it's nowhere near there. And then you'll scoot your left foot back just a little bit, come onto your fingertips, or you could reach your hands up and over your head. Take an inhale. Beautiful. And then exhale, fold forward. And again, if you have a blanket, a pillow, a block to rest your head on, we're letting the spine round here, letting the head hang heavy, making this a passive pose. And I see some of you have taken this into reclining pigeon, which is great. Lengthen your inhales, lengthen your exhales, start to settle in here.
Thrown it all in your face. The past, she is haunted, the future is laced. Heartbreak, you know, drives a big black car. I swear I was in the backseat, just minding my own. Through the glass, the corn crows come like rain. They won't stay for too long. love and all. Well, you were a dancer and I was a rag. The song in my head was all that I had. Hope was a letter I never could send. Well, love was a country we couldn't defend. Through the carnival, we watched them go round and round. All we knew of home was just a sunset and some clowns. Oh, well, you were a magazine, I was a plain Jane, just walking the sidewalks covered in rain. Love to just get into some of your stories, me and all my plain Jane glory. Just me and all my plain Jane glory. Hey, hey.
Notice if any tension has shifted from the hips to the shoulders. If it has no worries, be gentle on yourself. Soften your shoulders away from your ears. Close your eyes, come back to this practice of observation, noticing each inhale and each exhale. Nice job, everybody. Just take 5 more breaths here. Can you let them be the deepest breaths you've taken all day? Walk your hands underneath your shoulders. Tuck your left toes and super slow send the right leg high. And then if it feels right, you can bend, stack, and open the right knee, circling the knee. If coming into downward facing dog doesn't feel like the right journey for you, you can shift back into child's pose. Or coming back to that tabletop pose, maybe moving the spine in every direction, just noticing what feels right to your body. And then we'll make our way into that downward facing dog so we can set up the left side. So the left knee will come toward the left wrist, left ankle toward the right wrist. And you'll inch that right foot back. And inhale, come onto your fingertips or reach your hands up and over your head. Take a deep inhale, find length in your spine, gaze up. And then exhale, fold forward. Different side, bound to be a different sensation. Just notice.
Each morning I get up, I die a little. Can barely stand on my feet. Take a look in the mirror and cry. Lord, what you're doing to me. I spent all my years in believing you, but I just can't get no relief, Lord. Somebody, was somebody, can anybody find me? Somebody to love. I work hard every day of my life. I work till I ache in my bones. At the end of the day, I take all my pain on my own. I get down on my knees and I start to pray till the tears run down from my eyes. Lord, somebody, ooh, somebody, can anybody find me? Somebody to love. Find me 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 somebody to love. Somebody, somebody. Can anybody find me? Somebody to love. Once upon another time, somebody's hands who felt like mine turned the key and took a drive, was free. Highway curved, the sun sank low. Buckley on the radio. Burning slow.
You guys are doing great. You just got one more minute here. See if for the next minute you can find
Just
stillness,
yellow
be fidget free.
lines and tire marks, and sun-kissed skin and handlebars. And where I stood was where I was to be. No enemies to call my own, no porch light on to pull me home. And where I was is beautiful because I was free. Once upon
Just take 5 more breaths here.
before I knew which life was mine, before I left the child behind me, I saw myself in summer night.
Really slow, walk your hands underneath your shoulders. You can shift back to that 3-legged dog. Then stacking open the knees, circle the knee. Whatever feels good to you, you could take it into that tabletop pose. You cat cows, maybe passing through child's pose. Take the next few breaths to take whatever it is that you need, but then we'll meet on the back. And once you get to your back, bring your knees into your chest, give them a squeeze. Plant your heels by your hips. And we're just going to take a super gentle bridge pose. You can leave your arms by your sides and just lift the hips up to the sky. If you want to interlace your hands underneath your low back, you can. Take 3 to 5 more breaths here. And when your 3 to 5 breaths are up, lower down slow. Give the knees another squeeze. This time, take happy baby pose. Reach your hands for the outside edges of your feet or bind your peace fingers around your big toes. And find length in your spine. Kind of reach through your tailbone. It's like you're trying to make an imprint of your entire spine on your mat. And you can sway side to side, bend one knee, straighten the other leg, go side to side. Whatever feels good here.
Free. Take 3 to 5 breaths here. 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 3 to 5
Take the next minute to put your signature on this practice. If there's anything else that you need, maybe one last reclining butterfly, a candlestick pose, shoulder stand, any last pose that's calling your name, feel free to answer. Nice. There's no rush to get there, but eventually we meet in our final resting pose. Lying all the way on the back, extending your feet to the far corners of your mat, resting your hands by your sides or up and over your head like you're making the shape of an X. Let your palms face up to the sky, a sign that you've received this gift. Take rest. Shavasana. Before you move a muscle, just notice your breath. And as you deepen your breath, start to breathe a little bit of life, a little bit of movement into each part of your body, from the crown of your head to the tips of your toes. Rolling the wrists, the ankles, turn your chin from side to side, shoulder to shoulder. Take a deep inhale, reach your hands up and over your head, bring your feet to kiss. Exhale, let it go through the mouth. Bring your knees into your chest, give yourself a hug. Roll over onto your favorite side. Let's actually make it the right side, symbolizing peace, tranquility. Come into your fetal pose. And keep your eyes closed and make your way up to a comfortable seated meditation position. Hands come to heart center and we bow the head slightly as a sign of appreciation for ourselves for carving out this time. And a sign of appreciation for all those around us. Together, let's take one more big inhale in through the nose, fill all the way up. Exhale out through the mouth. Namaste.